Good evening, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Tagging everybody that comes on. Hopefully everybody can come on here. I got Mr. Silver Fox on here. I'm doing a podcast interview. Somebody know better to call me while I'm doing my podcast. Okay. I hope everybody, hey, Reddy, how are you? Alright, this is what I want you to do, Reddy. I got the legend coming up from New York, MC Silver Fox. Tag everybody that you have. Tell them to come on, jump on my live so I can go ahead and express this here. Because this is a legend I'm doing. Mr. Silver Fox. If you don't know who Mr. Silver Fox, if you heard of Fantastic 3, that's who he is. So I'm letting everybody know. You let everybody know. I'm tagging everybody in on here so everybody could see who I'm interviewing. I'm not taking no phone calls. I am doing an interview. So no one should not be calling me and DM me doing anything unless it's Mr. Silver Fox. You dig. Hey, big brother, how are you? Yes, I talked to my niece today. Did she tell you that I told you to call me? Once my interview is over, give me a call. Yes, once the interview, because I need to talk to you about getting some people on here too, because I need some females on to do some live with me. And I found out the person that I was going to do a interview with, what happened was she had what happened with her? She had a stroke. So the person I was supposed to do an interview tonight, besides Mr. Silver Fox, she had a stroke on Tuesday. So that's why I wasn't able to do it Tuesday. But tonight I'm doing it with Hop Day. Yes. Oh, crap. I'm trying to spell his name right. Hey, I'm Godmama. I'll be in your town pretty soon. I'll be in your town pretty soon. I'm looking for Mr. Silver Fox. If you all see Silver Fox, please let me know. I'm trying to... Yes, please. There we go. All the way from New York to Atlantic City, I'm giving you Mr. Silver Fox. I am so excited about this interview, guys. Yes. Just come on through, Mr. Silver Fox.
What's up? What's good? What's good? What's good?
How are
Hold on. Let me
you?
step out in the street real quick. You know what I'm saying? I know you want to do this interview. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of raining, and I'm at a birthday party. You heard? So I'm gonna step into a nice little spot. You know what I mean? Yo, all my people, where you at? Where you at? Fox in the building,
Yes,
baby.
they out here. They are out here.
That's what I'm talking
How
about.
have you been, sir? How have you been?
I've been good. I mean, life is gravy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm loving it. I'm having a good time right now. I'm up at an undisclosed location.
That's all good.
Yeah, it's a
It is
birthday.
all good.
It's a birthday party for some friends of mine, you know what I'm saying? So I had to step out of it. Right now it's like mad raining out here. You heard? So can
It's
you see
raining in
me?
Chicago. Yes,
That's what
I
I'm
can
talking
see
about.
you very well.
All
Yes.
right, that's what
So
I'm talking
you
about.
want to later? Let's get to the chase now, because I don't want to keep you outside in the cold. You in
Nah,
the
it's all
native
right. I don't
environment.
mind it. I'm good. I'm good. I'm from the hood. I'm from 125th in Amsterdam. I'm from the hood. I'm good. You know what I mean?
Oh, so
So,
you ain't far from 125th and Harlem then.
word. I'm from Harlem. I'm from 125th Amsterdam. Grand houses. You know what I mean? For all my people that don't know, and bless their heart doing this in the rain. Okay. That's right. I'm doing it in the rain. I do it. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the hoodie off. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's like,
And you're looking great, young man. You're looking great.
yeah, yeah. I'm a old man. I'm an OG
Now,
in this bad boy. You feel me?
you a pioneer. We don't even call it a G. We call you a pioneer now. That's the new name for you all.
That's right.
Pioneer.
Yeah, we pioneers.
Yes.
The word.
And you've
I
been in
like that better than OG. You've heard. But you know, my grandson. I got a grandson. My grandson called me OG. Yeah, pop. You're an OG. I'm like, yeah, all right. You know what I
I
mean?
got your OG right. So
Yeah, I got
you
yeah.
know, taking over Harlem, you taking over Atlantic City. Man,
Hey,
it's a lot to express. I mean, how
it's
did you
big.
get,
Go ahead.
yes, how did you get be a mentor to Cool G, Rap, LA Cool J, all the, it's a lot of names to be called, but how did you
Yeah.
get a chance to be a mentor to these guys?
Well, let me say, like back in the day, right? Because you know, when I started, it was the '70s, and a lot of people that's probably tuning in, they wasn't even born. You know what I mean? But see, in the '70s, you know what I mean? I started doing my thing in hip hop. You know what I mean? Like I'm from Grant, that's Harlem, and my influence of like the Fearless Four. You know what I mean? To see Devastating Tito, he influenced me. You know what I'm saying? I see you, Coco. Just give me the mic. I gotta give her a shout out. Devastating Tito influenced me, and Kumo D, and I was a battle MC. So when I started, they didn't want to put me on a mic, so I brought my own mic. I bought an AKG 120E. I even put it into my rhyme. You know, I got an AKG that's 120E to the BMT to the IND, and you know that's subway talk. But it's like yeah. So I did all of that. You know what I mean? And I found this spot called Joe Grant's, like 1978, and I started going over there, and my boy Coogee Rap, you know, he was there already, and he would start doing this thing, and you
Right,
know, and it's like I'm very prolific in the English language and everything. Yeah, Coke, and it's like I'm a studious individual, like a nerd that they call it. But I started doing my thing, and I started like with hip hop. It was very it was very sympletic. Let's put it that way. It was simple, and it was easy to do, and it was braggadocious. But yet I wanted to change the format. I wanted to create cadences and create different stuff, and to put it to bounce off of beats like an instrument. So I started
right,
doing that, and I met Coogee Rap up in Joe Grant's, and he was a young guy, and he was highly influenced by my style of rap. So he said, hey, you know
mhm,
what? I'm gonna take some of that, and I'm gonna change the way that I do things, because I like high energy beats like and I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, some of the thoughts, and I'm peeled the about because your face is blocked and I'm that, and I'm like, you know what I mean? I like to come animalistic like that. And it's like,
right,
and he was like, man, he's like, yo, men at work. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's my boy Coogee Rap. So shout out to Coogee Rap, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, so I started doing that in Joe Grant's. But then in the '80s, like when I started getting with Fantasy 3, when we became Fantasy 3, we had our
mhm,
label. Our label was written, the number and everything was written on the record. So LL Cool J, he saw that, and he said, man, I could come down to the record shop because they got the address on it.
right.
So it was like, what? Who's the? Oh,
Uh-oh.
nah, I ain't even worried. I ain't even worried. I got that. I got that real phone with some real stuff to talk about. So I ain't even worried. I ain't
Right.
worried that my phone gonna crack or whatever like that.
Oh, see, you got
On the
to
back
you got a
end,
good
because
spot.
it's like you got to excuse me because I'm blazing out and having some good drink with good company. So wait, somebody asked the question: who is the first
Yes,
company
someone did.
that I
Who
was
was
signed
the
to?
first
Yeah, okay,
company he signed to?
yeah. But we're gonna go back into what I was talking about, and believe me, I'm gonna get to into your question. So with CCL, the first company that we were with as Fantasy 3 was Specific Records. So it's like I was a solo MC. My man Devastating Tito from Phyllis 4, he actually he actually introduced me to Charlie Rock and Larry D. You know, me Bethlehem and Manos. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That means my Puerto Rican brothers. You know what I'm saying? He introduced me to them, and they wanted to be, they wanted to form a group, but they wasn't MCs. So I was already an MC. I mean, I was a master of ceremony, going around and earning my ropes. I was actually trying to earn my status in hip hop. Trying to battle
Mm-hmm.
Mo D. Even though Mo D now, hey, cool Mo D, I love you, man. I love you, my brother. You're an inspiration. But back in the day, I'm a young cat and I want to battle the best. And the best was Kumo D in Harlem. So I'm trying to find Kumo D. And it's like, so I wanted to battle and so forth. So we were signed, at CCL Records. We were signed, before CCL Records, we were signed to Specific Records with Clark J, big up to Clark J, Aldo Marine, my man, he put us on, you know what I'm saying? So it was like we went, with Fantasy 3, we had a demo, but the demo wasn't being picked up by record labels and so forth. So it's like we went to my man Chico, Julio Guina from La Familia Social Club, which is on 134th in Amsterdam. You know what I mean? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
he from the hood, we all from the hood. He put up some money and he talked to Clark J. And next thing I know, we on Specific Records, which was a new record label. So it's like, okay, we come out with It's Your Rock, which was our first record, and we came out with It's Your Rock on that. And the thing is that, like, okay, you saying, like, back to the original question of how did I wind up influencing LL Cool J. He actually
Mm-hmm.
came down to us when it was time for our next record, and Specific Records, they had our address on it. But the next one was Biters in the City, because when we came out with It's Your Rock, then suddenly Crash Crew came out with On the Radio. Now, that was like similar to our stuff, Yo, hey, young ladies, first thing we start with, back in your heart with some acapella rock and roll, taking control. The next thing we know, Crash Crew rocking on the radio. And it was like, what? I was like, man. So, I started dissing them on the radio because I was kind of upset. Because, and they from Harlem too. I mean, they from the east side
Right.
in Harlem, and I'm from the west side in Harlem, but we all Harlem, but they bid our stuff. And it's like, the thing is that Sylvia Robinson, it's like Sugar Hill Records and this, that, the Crash, man.
Yeah.
And as the future is the way it is right now, I don't blame them. But then, but back then, I'm like, yo, you cats biting our stuff. I was calling them the trash crew on the radio. I was on WHBI, WBLS, 92 KTU, and I was dissing them, you know what I mean? So then we came out with Crash Crew, we came out with Biters in the City. So
Right.
to the original question, when we came out, and LL, he came down and he wanted to get signed. He's looking to get signed. He's a young man. He's 16 years old. He's trying to get signed to a record label. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
Right.
so my dude, he came down, and I'm the guy that he saw. Of course, I'm the MC. I'm in CCL Records in the record shop. So L's like, yo, man, I'm just trying to get signed and blah, blah, blah. So he spit and I spit, what we call spit. But he kicked some
Right.
freestyle. I kicked some freestyle. He kicked a little something. I kicked something. And then he realized that I'm that dude, you know what I mean? It's like, damn, Fox, yo, you got, you know what I mean? So he hung out with me for like the whole summer, you know? And during the summer, that's when I sat him down. I'm like, yo, you coming to see me? I'm working. I'm in a record shop. So if you come to see me,
Right.
you better bring some books, some notepads, a pen, and we're gonna listen to some music and you gonna write. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
like, so I helped him to actually, be creative. Let's and I'm not in no way the only guy that influenced LL Cool J, but I think I'm the first guy that influenced him to let him know, like, yo, you could do more with this, because he's younger than me. I mean, I was an older guy back when I was doing my thing, But the thing is that I look young, I look like a younger cat, but I was older. So, and it wasn't my time, because my time would have
Right.
been, but I just came back from Alaska. I was living in Alaska. I came back in 1977, and then I saw fucking
44 years ago.
huh?
That's 44 years ago.
Yeah, picture that, picture that. So I came
Oh,
back.
I'm telling everybody my age. I'm sorry.
Hey, I don't mind telling. Boy, I ain't gonna tell people my age. They're gonna have to do the math. But anyway, I came back from in '77, and then it was hip hop. I was like, oh my god! And I saw DJ Hollywood and Eddie Chiba and a few other cats. They were at Columbia University up in Harlem, and that made me say, damn man, this is crazy. And when I saw the Phillies Four doing a block party up around my way in grand houses, I was like, man, I want to do this. And I started writing, and I came out with some bull crap rap. I mean, my rap was garbage, you know what I'm saying? My boy, Kevsky,
Right.
rest in peace to Kevsky. I mean, God, I wish I couldn't say rest in peace to him, but he just passed away last year. Rest in peace to Kevsky. My man Kevsky and my brother, they took me in the staircase, and they started like this on the wall. Boom, bah, boom, boom, bah. Yo, Fox, man, this how it's done. Boom. And I'm like, next thing I know, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna utilize my rap, and I'm gonna utilize this, and boom, boom. And then it's like, oh man, when it comes to rapping, let's be specific. You gotta be prolific and be terrific. Gotta be a writer, not a one-liner biter with a tape and tag writer. Also be politer. Next thing I know, I speed it up. When it comes to rapping, let's be specific. You gotta be prolific and be terrific. You gotta be a writer, not a one-liner biter with a tape and tag writer. Also be politer. Any MC with a figure slightly, this will incite me not too politely to explode. What I release is a masterpiece that will never cease, and with expertise on Pierce. Have you ever heard a rock like this? I bet you never. And I'm like, so next thing
Right.
you know, I'm doing that, and I'm accentuating words and putting different, different connotation on words and different syllabalization, and actually doing things differently than other people were doing it, which made a younger, people that were younger than me, they actually gravitated to it. So
Yeah.
me and LL, we hung out for like a whole summer. I took him around places. I took him to Joe Grant's, you know what I'm saying? I took him places so that he could hone his skills also. But see, he was like, we were battle every day. We battling on the subway. We battling in, and let me say the difference. Like Coogee Rap, me and him, we just, we actually just meet in Joe Grant's. That was Joe Grant's was our spot, and we were okay.
Right.
We would always battle. And then I went out to Queens and I did a show with him that he was actually producing, etc. like that. So I'm like, yeah, bet. But with L was my dude. I mean, no, not was. He's my dude. We hung out. We went to places. He ate at my mom's house, and it's like, because he always wanted to be around me to learn more about the craft, because we studied hip hop. And then the thing
Right.
is that I'm around people like Special K. Special K is so prolific in the English language. And DLB. DLB bounces around stuff from the Fearless Four. And Peso, how he just comes straight at you and tell you. But so all of this stuff, Dougie Fresh, man, it's like, and there was my man Pinelio, Disco P. They had this crew up in Stanley Holmes and Harlem. And I was like, man, all of these guys, they are actually the guys that I learned from, and I learned how to dominate, like I learned how to be. So I'm like, but see, they ain't feel me. They wasn't feeling
Right.
me back
Right.
then. Yeah, because you know when you
That's
different. Go ahead.
right. Because that's what I was gonna ask you. Like Stanley Holmes, we already know Stanley Holmes is out there in Atlantic City. So when
Right.
you met Mike Nitty, the whole team sauce, the whole We the Mob, how did you come across those, those young men to be able
Well,
to say, you know
I'm
what?
gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you how it happened. And I'm gonna tell the true story right here. You're gonna hear it. All right. When
Nothing
I
but
was
the truth.
yeah, I was disgruntled with Fantasy 3. This was 1984. I was done with Fantasy 3 because they bid our record. I did Buy This in the City. I wasn't getting any money. I did Summer, and then I wanted to do the Buck Stop Here, which is like gonna put me in a singular thing, like I'm Silver Fox and I did the Buck Stop Here. But you know what they did on CCL Records? They put Summer BW, like back with the Buck Stop Here, like it's
Mm-hmm.
one song. It wasn't one song, it was two songs. You know what I'm saying? But because I
Yeah.
had all the vocals on the Buck Stop Here, you know, they did some old little tricky shit. And I'm like, all right, fuck y'all. You know what I mean? And then I bounced. I went to Atlantic City because I've been in Atlantic City before. I got family out there.
Right.
My mom's was out there and all of that. So I was like, yo, okay, I'll go to Atlantic City. But see, the real thing is that I was out there like selling drugs and stuff. I ain't proud. Well, I ain't saying
I
it to
mean, hey,
do it,
you had to do what you had to
but
do.
it's
That's
real
it.
talk. It's real talk. Rap wasn't paying me. So I went out there. I met my man, Rasu Rock Minds, a.k.a. Fly Guy, a.k.a. Whatever. I saw Rasu Rock Mind. And he was doing a party at a show. And he didn't believe I was Silver Fox. He put on the record, bada bing, and then I started rapping over it, let him know I was Silver Fox. And then he's like, God damn, that's the real Silver Fox. And I know I'm all over Atlantic City. Like, yo, that's the real Silver Fox, man. Yo, blah, blah, blah. But already I'm there. It's like I'm
Right.
like, I'm in my zone. You know what I mean? I got all these rhymes, I got books, and I got and I'm like, yo. Next thing I know, it's like, I started linking up with kids like my man Kamikaze, Ninja, my man Ninja from Pitney. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
then I hooked up with Easy Earl from Pitney, and Donnie D was my man. Rest in peace, Donnie D, man, my man. And
Yeah.
and my man LG
I
from
was
Pitney.
shocked when I heard about him.
Yeah,
I didn't even know he had passed away until Mike Nitty told me.
yeah, man. And Donnie went through some stuff, man. And anybody that's listening, you should look up the DBL crew. You know what I mean? Bust It. The song is called Bust It. It's on YouTube. And my man Donnie D, the thing about him, he was going through some stuff and he committed suicide. And I wish he would have talked to me. I would have said something or anything. And I'm one of like hundreds of people that wish that Donnie would have talked to them. You know what I mean? Because if he would have
Yeah.
talked to somebody, we all would have gave him a hug and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I see you been ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Hey, been
people
ready.
jumping
Salute
in.
to you, King.
Yeah, salute.
Hello,
So,
everybody. I'm sorry. Who all
yes,
jump in here? I'm sorry. Let me give you 1 second
yeah.
intro. Who all had jumped on here? This is the legendary, the pioneer, all of hip hop who got it started out from the get go from 1984 to
No,
2000
don't go,
today.
don't go, don't
We are
go.
talking about the real legend, Mr. Silver Fox.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm out
yes,
here and cut off once in a while. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But but I want to say this that my man Donnie D. You know what I mean? LG from Pitney, Easy Earl. You know what I'm saying? My man Ninja, my man Big T Patillo. You know what I'm saying? Edwin Patillo, and it's like I hooked up with these cats, and let me tell you, it's the Legion of Doom. I hooked up with the LOD posse,
Uh-oh.
which
Okay.
was DJ Soul, Fresh G, and it was me. And DJ Soul and Fresh G was like, there was the men out there in Atlantic City, you know what I'm saying? And it was like Soul, he started out with a little thing, man, a little Macintosh or whatever. So I hooked up with them. So next thing I know, I'm like, okay, I'm hooking up with them. Then I talk with my man, Big Doc, my man, Wayne Rowe, you know what I'm saying? And he's from out of Stanley
Right.
Holmes. And so he hooked me up with his peoples with now Shay Drastic was staying down by I forgot the place, but it's like by the police station, the old police station, whatever. But
Right.
yeah. But I had Shay Drastic, and he was part of the Enterprise. Now the Enterprise, it consisted of a lot of cats. It consisted of Trey Deep, which was and Chibu, and Big D. That was a girl, Big D. My man Ray's. God, man, it was Trey Deep, self-contained, Ray's, Big D, boom, boom, boom. It was me. We all hooked up. Let me do my thing with them. But the thing is, before that, I joined this crew called the All Powerful Jam Master, which was with my man Pete Ragland. You know what I mean? And the reason why I joined with Pete was because we were selling drugs. So it's like, yo, Pete, I'm gonna take you to New York so you can get some drugs on the low side. You know what I mean? So I was with my man
Right.
Pete Ragland, Herbie Myers, my man Herb, and DJ Dante. So I had two DJs and dancers like Mr. Wade and Shep. But Shep Love, I big up to Shep Love, my man Shep. And this is like Mike Nitty
Uh-oh. Yes. You just
was a
breaking a little
youngster, you
bit.
know what I'm saying? So he
You
wasn't he was doing his thing on a separate side. But they all respected me for my shit because I used to jump into the juice
breaking.
bar and spit. And the juice bar in Atlantic
Yeah.
City, for those that don't know, that's for teenagers. They don't sell no liquor,
Mm-hmm.
none of that. It's for teenagers, you know what I mean? So and I couldn't come in there and patronize. Check it out. You could
Right.
tell them in the hood. I couldn't come in there couldn't come in here. I couldn't come in there and patronize because I'm like,
Uh-oh.
because I'm an older
Can you
cat,
all hear
but I
me?
could come in there and spit
Okay.
and get out.
Now I can
So
hear
I
you.
spit on
Okay.
it. I did the Wonder Gardens. I did we going into the
Uh-oh.
house because it's
Ah,
raining.
I'm sorry.
My
I'm sorry,
man,
you guys. My phone just fell. I'm
it's all right.
sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. They
Someone
want to
tried to
look at
call
me
my
anyway,
phone
so
and yes.
yeah, they want to feel me.
My
So
phone.
Silver Fox in the
Yeah.
house. Look at you.
But yeah. So my other question is DJ Hollywood. Uh-oh. DJ Hollywood. When we speak about DJ Hollywood, uh-oh. Am I breaking? I feel like I'm breaking, guys. Y'all gotta. I think it's either my phone or his phone, but we spinning because I could tell that I'm spinning. Um. Uh-oh. Here we go. Can y'all hear me? If you all can hear me, give me a heart. If you can hear me, give me hearts. Uh-oh. If you can hear me, give me hearts. We're reading the comments. Okay, I'm good. Okay. I don't know. Oh, snap. That's okay, guys. That's okay. I'm going to bring them right back in. I'm bringing the Fox back in. I'm bringing Mr. Silver Fox back in. Um, this is a live interview, no cap, guys, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. You know, when I give you all Mr. Silver Fox, he's in the area. He's in the area right now. But yes, keep coming, keep coming. Tag, you know what? This is what I want everybody to do. While I'm bringing Mr. Silver Fox back in, tag all your friends. Tag everybody. Tag everybody. Tag everybody. I am doing a live interview, guys. So only person I need to see right now is Mr. Silver Fox. Tag everybody, all your friends. This here should be blowing up right now because this is a pioneer legend for the hip hop to all nations. And we're gonna get to the bottom of how hip hop really gotten started because he was there when the day one. If you all don't know about the day ones, this is it. All about the day ones. Hey, Jake, what's going on, comedian Jake? Yes, you know, next week me and you gotta link up because Jake, you know, I have an interview for you too, Jake. So you keep on calling. You keep on coming. I'm tagging him right now, Mr. Silver Fox. Yes, I do have Mr. Silver Fox. Yes, MC Silver Fox. He's the godfather to all. When I say all, he's the godfather to all hip hop nation. We coming from when LL Cool J. We talking about Cool G rap. If you don't know who these cats, I'm about to tell you, Dougie E. Fresh. You know, when I talk about how DJ Hollywood come on now, we got so many legends behind this man. He carried all the weight. And when he carried all the weight to the hip hop legends, this is how it began with the Fantastic Three. So when you speak about hip hop, he gonna tell you, he gonna feel all the things about the hip hop legend. So when I bring him back up, and I'm hoping that he can come back on here, we all gonna see. If I gotta do a part two, yeah, I best to believe Bonnie Chambers is going to do it. I'm going to bring the people on here on my live. You don't know who may come up, but you know what? Now I don't think his phone had died. Thank you, big bro. And you know what? I do apologize, big bro. I'm sorry, Moj. You are somebody. You my big brother that actually helped me through this. Because like I said, I didn't know how to get him in here, but thank you, big bro. For real, for real. Like salute, shout out to all the people, all 8 people on here. It was 12, but when when Mr. Silver Fox came up here, I'm gonna, if I call him, I'm afraid that my lives are gonna end. Matter of fact, stay on here. I'm about to call him right now. Stay. Don't go nowhere. If my live calls, continue to stay on here. Please. Thank you. Here I am. Okay, I believe Mr. Silver Fox phone had died, but I'm still gonna come on and I'm still gonna explain to you guys that, you know, he been through he been through a lot. When I say he been through Cheaper Cruise, Cash Cruise. When I speak about those names, I'm talking about, yes, okay, big bro, cool. Um, when I talk about Rodney Jerkins, how he didn't blackball someone from become a real true legend. When I say true legend, this man came from when he was 9 years old. He was about to speak on it, but you know what? Let me tell you this. Don't go nowhere because you all need to hear this. When I say he got him where he needs to be right now, if you go on my live, on my other live, you will see this young man talking and he's spitting all the games on here. When I say that he became a producer, he just written out his own songs out here. He came out here and, fit all the bars. That's him. He just gave y'all a whole field of a bars. When I say bars, he just freestyled it. When I say he wanted to work with, he got young people looking at him, Yeah, I heard, what, that's why I said I need to talk to you, big bro. Yes. When I speak about this young man, I'm not even to me, he's the godfather. He's my godfather. So truth to be told, I had to look at Mr. Silver Fox, MC Silver Fox, as my true godfather because he's the godfather of all. Really? Okay. That's what's up, Moj. That's my, you know what? I love my big brother because he giving me all the game right now. And I didn't even know that about Rodney Jenkins' wife, Joy Deal. I didn't know that. It's so many questions behind him. I let the truth legend talk. Hopefully, really. Okay, look at you, big bro. Look at you. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, Curtis Blow, you name it all. If you don't know about Mr. Silver Fox, you have to go Google. When I did not know that my godfather was like this, I'm like, literally, I was scratching my head because I didn't know. The things that I read about, I never knew. I'm like, from when my godfather just spit out the game and he gave y'all game true facts of them true meaning, this is what I call true meaning of hip hop. When I say he worked with the Furious Five, Barshawn from the Furious Five, he came together with these cats. You know what I'm saying? When I say he came together, he came together. He made sure that, hey, guess what? You do the same thing I'm doing the same thing he's doing. But guess what? When he came back with Curtis Blow, when he came back with LL Cool J, when he performed at the Apollo, when him and the Furious Five, I remember that because it was a concert. It was Furious Five, Fantastic Three, and Grandmaster Flash. I remember that like it was just yesterday. They all came together. When I say these cats came together, they all came together from New York. Brought it all the history to Atlantic City. Force MD, yes. You name it. You name it. Keep it coming because you know what? One thing I can say is I have to give him a salute, a shout out to my godfather. Hip hop to all hip hop legends. Reggie C. Hobday, aka Miss MC Silver Fox. Hey Shaquana, hey everybody that came on here. My godfather, Mr. Silver Fox, came on here. Stood up the game. He gave out all kinds of bars. He stood up the fire. If you all missed him, I will say this live because one thing I do know, it's more questions out in the back of my mind. It's a lot of questions that, hey, Godfather, what's up? But in the meantime, my godfather, his phone dad, we all hate that his phone dad because he was giving all the punches. Yes, he was giving all the punches. He was hitting it to the left. He was hitting to the right. He was doing uppercuts. I let my godfather do all the talking because he knew all the kind of questions I was going to ask him, and he spoke it out. It is, but it was, and it was a 30-minute, and I ain't gonna lie, it was a 30-minute, um, actually, yeah, it was 30 minutes, 30 minutes of Mr. Silver Fox. Since he's my godfather. Wait a minute, give me 1 second. Uh-uh. I'm gonna give a part two out. I'm gonna give out a part two. And my godfather, I love Schoolie D. That's his name. I couldn't think of it at the back of my mind. Schoolie D was in one of the net. He was the ones that. Let me tell you something about Schoolie D. When I speak about Schoolie D was my godfather, MC Silver Fox mentor. He was mentoring Schoolie D. Did you know that? If you don't know it, go Google it. But yes, I'm excited. I'm about to bring some people on. I'm about to jump off this live, come back because there's more to come. I got to save it. I don't want to cut it off no more. So look, I'll see y'all in 5 minutes. Give me 5.